The cub was supposed to be dead. That was what the outpost log said. That was what the evacuation report confirmed. That was what every surviving officer believed as their transport vanished into hyperspace, leaving the research station drifting silently at the edge of an unclaimed system. The cub was defective, weak, unviable, and therefore expendable. No one expected a whisper to follow them into the void. The station's lights flickered an emergency red when Elias Ward arrived. He hadn't come looking for survivors. He hadn't even come on an official mission. Elias was a human-independent recovery specialist, one of those people who sifted through the aftermath of alien conflicts, salvaging data cores and black boxes for anyone willing to pay. He expected silence. Instead, he heard breathing. Faint, uneven, almost lost beneath the groan of damaged hull plating. Elias froze in the corridor, helmet lights sweeping across scorched walls and claw marks gouged deep into metal. The species that had occupied the station were known predators, feared across 3 sectors. Their young matured quickly, or not at all. He followed the sound into a sealed chamber. The door resisted, then gave way with a shriek of tortured metal. Inside, curled against a shattered incubator, lay the cub. It was smaller than expected, much smaller. Its armored hide hadn't hardened properly. Cracks ran along its plates like unfinished stone. One of its forelimbs twitched uselessly. Its eyes snapped open, amber, afraid. Elias slowly raised his hands. "Hey, it's okay. I'm not with them." The cubs tried to snarl. What came out was a weak rasp. Elias swallowed. "Guess you were left behind," he murmured. The cub's gaze didn't leave him. Its breathing stuttered, then steadied slightly, as if it understood tone, if not words. Elias checked the incubator logs. His jaw tightened. Cold, efficient, final. He knelt down despite every survival instinct screaming at him not to. "I'm not going to hurt you," he said quietly. The cub trembled. Then with visible effort, it spoke. Its voice was barely sound at all. "Will you leave too?" The question shattered something deep in Elias's chest. Elias didn't answer right away. He removed his helmet so the cub could see his face, see his eyes, see his breath fog in the cold air. "No," he said. "I won't." The cub stared, unblinking. Elias reached into his pack and pulled out a thermal blanket, wrapping it carefully around the cub's small frame. It flinched, but didn't pull away. "I promise, I won't leave you." That was the moment everything changed. The cub relaxed just slightly, but enough that its vitals stabilized, enough that the tremors eased, enough that its eyes lost a fraction of their terror. Elias spent the next 6 hours repairing a portable med pod, adapting it with human tech and alien schematics scavenged from the station. He spoke the entire time, about nothing important, about the stars, about the way humans named constellations after myths and mistakes. The cub listened. When the med pod activated, its systems hesitated, then synchronized. The cub survived the first night, then the second. When Elias finally docked at a neutral trade hub, alarms erupted before his ship finished depressurizing. Unidentified lifeform detected. Containment breach risk. Security to Base 7. Elias stepped off the ramp with his hands raised. Behind him, wrapped in the same thermal blanket, the cub peeked out, eyes wide, fearful. "It's not hostile," he said firmly. "It's a child." Laughter echoed across the hangar. "That thing?" one official scoffed. "That's a future killer." The cub shrank back, claws digging into Elias's sleeve. Elias felt its grip tighten. He remembered the whisper. He remembered the promise. Word spread quickly. A human had rescued an abandoned predator cub. Worse, he was refusing to surrender it for study or execution. Scientific councils demanded access, military leaders demanded termination, commentators mocked the foolish human who thought compassion could tame instinct. The cub grew stronger each day, but it never strayed far from Elias. When frightened, it pressed its forehead to his chest. When tired, it slept curled beside him. When threatened, it stood, small, shaking, but defiant, between Elias and the world. The first public hearing was broadcast across dozens of systems. "This creature's species has slaughtered billions. Why should this one live?" a counselor declared. Elias didn't hesitate. "Because someone finally didn't abandon it," he said. Murmurs rippled through the chamber. The cub lifted its head. It looked at Elias and spoke again, softly. "I will not be like them," it said. He promised. Silence fell like a physical weight. Translators stuttered, recalibrated, then confirmed the impossible. The cub had learned language, not through data feeds, through care. The decision took days. When it came, it rewrote galactic precedent. The cub was granted protected status, not as property, not as a specimen, as a person. Elias was named its legal guardian, the first human to be officially recognized as caretaker to a non-human predator species. The backlash was immediate, so was the support. Years passed. The cub grew, not into a monster, but into something new. Its armor hardened, its claws sharpened, but its voice carried restraint, thought, choice. It studied law, history, conflict resolution. When it finally addressed the Galactic Assembly, grown and steady, the chamber listened. I was abandoned because I was weak. It turned its gaze towards Elias seated below. A human stayed because I was alive, it continued. The cub, no longer a cub, placed one clawed hand over its chest. "That promise saved me," it said, "and I will spend my life proving it deserved." Across the galaxy, doctrines shifted, protocols changed. Young once deemed unviable were given time, given care, given a chance. And among the stars, one truth spread faster than fear ever had. Humanity was not dangerous because it fought. Humanity was dangerous because it kept its promises.